Hello friends, hope you're having a wonderful week. Today I'm going to be drawing with wax pastels and talk about my first impression using it and take you through the thoughts I had while drawing this illustration. I am using the wax pastels from Caran D'ache. It's a set of 30 water-soluble wax pastels, but in this drawing I'm going to be drawing only without using the water. So first, I am taping the paper on the desk with the masking tape so that the paper doesn't move and it will create a clean border when I remove the tapes after I finish the drawing. I made sure to tape it first on my clothes once before so that the stickiness isn't so strong, and in this way I can avoid the paper ripping off together with the tape. I began with drawing a rough outline with the yellow crayon. I find it the easiest to start with a light color to the dark and use the darker colors to add the details and give the depth later on when I fix the overall structure with the lighter colors. Here I wanted to experiment with a different range of colors from the wax pastel set, so I decided to use the bright colors like blue, red, green, yellow for the skin. Actually, coloring in the skin tones are quite difficult for me, but also it's very interesting to color the skin because depending on where you put the highlights and the shadows, the whole facial structure could look so different and it can change so much in a face. So before I started to draw, I looked up at some different pictures of some reference pictures of portrait paintings and studied how those paintings have used different colors for making shades and highlights. For this drawing, I thought I would use the warm colors for the base and the highlights and set up the base structure with it. So that is what I'm doing here. So one thing I wanted to try in this month is drawing more traditionally. I've been drawing only on my iPad in the past months, but now that I draw so often, I wanted to try working with different mediums and just have fun. And after, I started to go in with more blue tones and just put patches of green and blues here and there. I guess I used those blue colors where the natural shades would go. And for this piece, I really wanted to experiment with these various colors and make it super colorful. I thought wax pastels would be a great medium to try that in the first place because the strokes are so rough and thick and it seems to be so easy to blend in different colors together. And it actually was really fun working with different colors. And here now I am going in with the white crayon just to blend the colors together. And also to fill in the empty spots in between because it felt like blending in with those light colors like white would make it more put together. I wish though that there was more colors like light beige, which I could have also used for blending the colors other than white. Now that I'm looking at the video while doing the voiceover, it's kind of looking a little scary without the eyes. Then I went in with the navy crayon to draw the eyes. When I was drawing the eyes, I was holding my breath because I didn't want to mess it up. It was quite hard to be precise because it was hard to see where the tip of the crayon was. So here I am using the back of the wax pastel where it has sharper edges. I guess I could have also just sharpened the crayon, but I just felt like sharpening is a bit of a waste. I feel like this piece would have looked better if I just left it here and didn't finish the coloring in the hair. I find drawing hair is one of the hardest things to make it look natural. Like, I felt like here I drew the hair too voluminous at the end, so that I tried to cover up with the teal color, but obviously you can see the colors underneath showing through. So for some degree you could hide it if you color over with a different color pastel. Like for example, if you have made a thin stroke and cover it with a darker color, it could work. But otherwise, I learned that it is pretty visible like this. This drawing took exactly 50 minutes to draw, and I'm pretty surprised that it didn't take any longer than that. Also, it was quite an interesting experience to draw this piece with the wax pastels, because usually when I draw digitally, I always start drawing with the outlines and color in afterwards. But for this one, the outlines were really rough, and the face shape and the personality of this girl only appeared as I proceeded and colored in with different shades. So in the beginning, I had no clear image of how she would look like. So it was really interesting and fun to find out how she looked at the end. And so this drawing process felt more intuitive and more spontaneous. I also really like the rough texture, and I think this is what gives this piece a character. So this is the angle I was drawing from, but I realized after finishing the drawing that there's something a little off about this painting. Like her eyes look somehow a little droopy than I have intended. It seems like there are only some things that you see only when you look at the whole picture from above or from afar, and not from the angle that you're drawing from. Oftentimes when I'm drawing, I get so sucked in and concentrated that I forget to look at it from afar. If you know what I mean. And then afterwards, after I finish drawing, then I realize, oh, there's some vert. Anyway, this is the final piece. I hope you have enjoyed watching it. If you made it this far, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you will have a wonderful rest of the week. Bye!